Hi, I'm Kristen Haida. I have the blog squaregirl.com and Hope Revo, which is the Hope Revolution Online. Something that came up in the positive posting session today, and I think it was actually Karen that coined this term, was leaving your carbon footprint on the internet and later to future generations that look back on what we had to say at this time. And one thing that came up, and I'm sure you guys deal with this way more on a higher level than we do, but when you get that negative feedback and the first thing you want to do is and post what was said to you and what you really felt about that, but taking the second to pause and to create something positive out of that instead. Like Karen's example was, she'll see online arguments, and instead of letting yourself get sucked in, she'll post something on her site like, here's 3 great things that happened to me today. What are 3 great things that happened to you? Do you have to, I'm sure you do also have to take that pause for yourself, just not to get angry, but do you have a conscious way that you work through that you could maybe recommend to everyone else of how not to let that take it to heart and turn it into something positive?
Yes, it's called hitting the delete button. Because you don't have to respond to all of it. And I've had websites dedicated to hating me. I've had spin-off sites come out, and I have never once responded to any of the vitriol. I have never written mean, nasty things about other bloggers, ever, anywhere. It's just not my style. I think that, I attended the mommy blogging is radical, and I wrote about how I think what's so radical about it is being supportive and nice to other women, even if you don't agree with what they have to say. And so, if anything, I've also learned that it's kind of fun and it pisses really mean people off when you come at them with kindness in return and you go, you know what? Thank you for that. That was a great instrument for me to learn. Or something like that, and they don't even know what to do with that. So, for me, I haven't personally done anything mean.
I don't personally respond to, I don't hit reply and then respond to the person who sends hate mail. I collect it in a folder that I'm going to eventually publish in a book because it's some of the best reading you'll ever read. It is insane, people, and I do have about every 3 or 4 months I'll do a hate mail post where I give everybody a glimpse into what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. And those are sometimes fun. A lot of people say, I really wish you wouldn't do these. They are my most popular posts.
Really?
They are, absolutely. I get it every day. It's like, when's the next hate mail post? When's the next hate mail post?
Why do you think that is?
Because people are insane. The things that they say to me are hilarious. Some of them aren't so hilarious, and a lot of it is just like, this is giving you a glimpse into kind of, here's the crazy people, what they say to me. Here's also, this is what else I'm dealing with. When I put myself out here, I have someone sending me a hate mail that says, condolences would be in order for your miscarriage if you didn't regularly thumb your nose at God. I got that the day that I wrote about my miscarriage. And it's almost like, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is what I've laid myself bare. Thank you for supporting me, because this is what I go home to sometimes.
Well, I find it interesting you said, you had what you said about your audience, and you really, you feel this responsibility and all of that, but those people are part of your audience too. So you clearly sort of have that other audience that...
They're the minority, for sure,
It's like, why do they keep reading if they hate you so much? That's what I always wonder when I get these nasty comments.
People who hate Howard Stern listen twice as long as those who like him. So there you go.
Yeah. Laura Lee.
Hi, you guys. I'm Janice from 5minutesformom.com, and I blog with my identical twin sister, who's over there. But you just kind of actually answered part of my question, which was, do you delete those comments? And if not, why do you leave them there? Because as you know, Heather and so, the rest of us, the majority of your audience would never ever leave anything damaging to you. And those people, they weren't real. They're not even, they're doing it, it's part of their recreational fun to make up these insane comments. I mean, they're not really your audience. We are your audience, and we love you. So why would you don't leave them there, do you? And if you do, aren't you, I don't know, we don't think that of you. So it just is so, it's so disappointing to give them that credit, but I guess it's great that you are making it work for you, because then, hey, I guess that works for you. But do you know what I'm saying? Like
let's answer the question. Do you delete comments that are hateful and vitriolic?
If people are if they're vitriolic about me, usually, I mean, some of them are crazy, and so I will. If they're ever vitriolic towards my audience, delete. If they're vitriolic towards my friends, delete. If they're vitriolic towards my family, delete. I don't ever respond to the comments. The comments are not what I'm responding to. It's the people who went and sat down and told me that they're going to call child services because I did such and such and such to my daughter. And that's when I bring it up and go, okay, this is a behind the scenes look at what goes on with this. That's why I bring it up, is I'm not trying to give this person credit. What I'm trying to show you is this is what goes on behind the scenes. And everybody thinks that there's this glamorous life going on, and that isn't Heather so lucky because she gets to stay at home with her husband and blog for a living, and all she does is she gets up and she just blogs in her pajamas from her bed, and which is just not true. And secondly, you know, my inbox is filled with a lot of really positive email, and then there's this portion over here, people are threatening to take my child away. You know, people are threatening bodily harm to me. And me responding and showing some of these things is just saying, this is a little look behind the scenes at what you think is this really easy and really fun and exciting job.
Do you delete?
It depends on my mood. I didn't really intellectualize it all that much, and sometimes I'm just like, too bad, I've got the power, delete, and I just don't even think about it anymore. And other times I'll be like, you know what, maybe other people will have something to say about this. Why not throw it out there? But you know what, most people I hear from via email, because they say, I don't even want to go into your comment section. I'd rather email you directly. Whether they agree with me or not, I get, you know, more honest feedback via email than I do ever in a comment section.
I don't know, I think it's my blog, I'll delete if I want to.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Chris. I have a blog called Crib Ceiling. And the question I have is, how often is there a correlation between when you feel like you've really expressed yourself well, or in a way you're happy with, like Heather described, between when those are the ones that generate a lot of comments and when they don't? I guess the question is, are you surprised which ones generate, you know, more commentary?
No, I don't know. Now, sometimes I'm surprised. I'm like, I had no idea that people were going to feel so upset about my diet, and that was really, I didn't even have fun writing that one. That was not even fun to write. And then all of a sudden there was like all these comments about it. I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to write about it more. But no, it's very, I never know.
I don't think you should take too much stock into that, to how many comments there are on a particular post. I have people who come up to me and say, I've never commented, I've never emailed, or they'll come to my book signings. No, I've been too shy, but that post you wrote, maybe it got, you know, hardly any comments. That moved me, I've printed it out, it's on my refrigerator, I read it every day. So you never know how one thing that you write will affect one other person, and you really shouldn't let, you know, whether the popularity of some post dictate, oh, well, I shouldn't write about that topic because it wasn't very popular, so let me write about other things, because it's not true.